Long time no see. Weird hair, weird background. I'm not gonna give away any particular information why is it happening. Some of it is permanent, some of it isn't, but we are back. Meanwhile on the other stage, lots of new videos coming up, but we decided to start with React, so loved by YouTube, so loved by YouTube comments. Today I'm going to listen to a brand new Lana Del Rey record called Lust for Life. I don't really know what to expect from this album besides that it's going to be a lot more like her debut record. Plus, I like the cover of this thing. I get some old school vibes from it. I think it's a pretty picture. Lana looks beautiful, looks happy, positive. I expect some positive thinking, some dreamy, youthful thinking. Of course, I already heard some of the singles, not all of them, and they were hit and miss. Some of them were really good, some of them were a bit like classic Lana Del Rey, a little bit boring, a little bit safer. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good album, a consistent, good, classic Lana Del Rey album. Very elegant track. I guess elegance is a huge part of whole Lana Del Rey phenomenon. This feels kind of like an anthem of her music and what she represents as a music artist. A total win single from her. I think you need to be in a very specific mood to sit and listen to everything Lana has to say on all of her records. It's not that kind of music that you can listen on a daily basis. The follow-up is actually also a single, Lust for Life, featuring The Weeknd. I've heard the track, I've seen the lyric video, I've seen the music video. I will probably use old school a lot in this video, but again, I like how the producers, her producers, and Lana herself, they use like those old school elements. And I do like the idea of collaboration between The Weeknd and Lana Del Rey. I think it's a very interesting combo. And this chorus is actually quite cute. It sounds good. It sounds quite pleasing. I don't really think Weeknd fits in this instrumental, for this instrumental. I don't think his vocals work with this particular style of music. Very spacious background of this track as well. It's, I guess, quite lovely. It's the single that I didn't really dig that much. Okay, very epic, classical instrumental intro. Very cinematic, very Lana Del Rey. I like the strings a lot. Okay. Some interesting sampling. I like it. The chorus sounds good. I like the beat. It sounds heavier than previous tracks. I like her vocals in this. I feel like some rap feature would really work in this track. But I don't think, yeah, it's not coming, but I think it could fit quite well here. I really like those little tiny instrumental details in the verses. Tiny squeaks and beeps and all those weird parts. I love those kind of things. It's also funny how I keep visualizing everything I try to visualize it in my head. First of all Lana Del Rey albums have this cinematic part about them. I feel like those songs are so easy to work with in a sense of like editing. I could easily imagine this track being in some sort of soundtrack to a huge franchise movie. Lana Del Rey already participated in some of the big soundtracks. It always works really well. Okay, some guitar instrumental. This is probably the chorus of the track, and it's not as interesting as it could be. Maybe. It sounds like a decent Lana Del Rey song, but nothing really that capturing about it for me. It's funny how I was talking about how I expect some positive, youthful, dreamy, happy things, but actually so far it doesn't really sound that at all. It sounds exactly like Lana Del Rey, like a couple of years ago. Last album, any album really. I wouldn't call this music depressing sounding, but it's definitely on the sadder tones. set her moods, you know. Okay, this song is piano ballad, and Lana Del Rey is perfect for piano ballads. Okay, the beat is kind of the same. They use very similar beat scheme. This part sounds nicer. I liked the build-up, but actually I'd be okay with it being just like a piano ballad, very raw piano ballad. Okay, this is on a pre-release track, Summer Bummer. I don't really remember this track that well. I like this very sad piano on the background again. It feels like a very painful track for some reason. Hushed ad-libs by Cardi and Rocky on the background. It's interesting, the hip-hop beat. This part of his feature sounds a bit weirdly done, but I really like the piano on it. It's a good feature, but that part in the middle was a bit weird. It doesn't really work with the instrumental, I think. Lana Del Rey and hip-hop work really well together. Better than Lana Del Rey and The Weeknd, actually. I don't know about the lyrics though. Some of them sound interesting, quite playful. But some of them are just like a bit cheesy. I didn't really catch the Playboy Cardi feature there. This is another pre-release single with Rocky again. The instrumental and the song overall so far doesn't really work for me. Summer Bummer actually sounded more interesting than this. This to me sounds like a lot of other Lana Del Rey tracks. And why would he place two A$AP Rocky features right next to each other? Again, kind of similar beat. It feels a bit overdone. When it comes to a more simpler palette, it sounds better. And they've added even more things to the chorus now. Lyrics to this is just like, I'm feeling all my fucking feelings. Amazing. It's funny, it's quite funny. Who's tougher than this bitch? Lana Del Rey asks on her album. The verse has really strong hip-hop vibe about it. I don't like the chorus of this track. Instrumentally, lyrically, it sounds cringy. It sounds boring. It sounds quite uplifting as well, which is, I guess it's a good thing. It works with the Lust for Life promo thing. It's not something for me. The verses though, like here, sound good. Even the pre-chorus sounds better. But the chorus is just like, outro actually sounds better because they kind of mix both. The instrumental and the verses sounded really good though. Here as well. Okay, another fade out. A very long fade out. It sounds different. And then I'm kind of back to classic instrumental. Alright, I can take it. So I do like the message of this track better. I guess it works like that sing-along, anthem-y kind of track, but it makes it a little bit hard to take this message seriously for me. It doesn't really stand out. The intro sounded different. There is none of it left. It's just like, it's the same Lana Del Rey track. Some nice guitar touch. Where was it before? It didn't have enough power to stand out, unfortunately, because I'd want it to stand out. Again, some nice intro. I really like the rhymes in this. Very simple and very beautiful. This sounds interesting. Same kind of message pops up. I like how she plays with the sound, with her vocals, with her vocal delivery, with the lyrical rhymes. On the chorus, it's okay, but it's not the strongest chorus again, but it's okay. It has some sort of like psychedelic feel about it, this track. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Wow. Getting this tiny like lyrical references to, I guess, her previous songs? Maybe not. Stevie Nicks, oh my god. Stevie Nicks' feature works so well in this track. Again, the message is very nice and fits beautifully to the Lust for Life concept. The second part of the album works better within that concept. Though I would make this track a bit shorter. I don't think this part is necessary actually. All of the tracks on the album are actually quite long. It's a very peaceful intro, beautiful intro. Why the title of this track is so depressing? It doesn't sound like a depressing song. This track sounds quite different from at least what I expect from Lana Del Rey. Oh my god, Sean's voice, actually, wow. This is, both Stevie Nicks and Sean's features, they work really, really fucking good. He needs to be more in that track. I would love to hear his cover on it, his take. Wow. This is good. Aww, that's good, that's good. It's not the type of track I would come back to all the time, but it's very, again, it's very peaceful, it's very pleasing. I do enjoy Sean Lennon's voice here live. His feature is very beautifully placed. Again, this track feels a bit long. It's a heavy album, it's a long album. It takes your time, it takes your patience, it's very slow paced. I like how she's just, you know, we're gonna reference Lennon, we're gonna reference your mother, we're gonna reference you, everything. Let's get it, let's do it. And How Tomorrow Never Came phrase makes sense. Again, they took quite similar beat. Overall, with the vocal delivery and with the more eerie sounding instrumental and the theme, quite dark theme. Heroin as a drug, and heroin, I guess, is some sort of like a dealing with fame topic. I really like the chorus. I really enjoy her vocals here. It's very tragic sounding, I guess. Sad. I like it. Some lyrics still a bit cringy, but I like the topic. I like the dark in this track. I like dark shit. Again, it's quite long. I guess it's a song with a good ending. That's a story with a good ending. I like this track a lot. It's a good track. It's good. It's a very self-aware ending. Yeah, it doesn't sound like she's lusting for life for sure. Okay, this is the sort of piano ballad, like raw piano ballad that I was waiting for previously. It sounds better. I hope it's not gonna build up to some epic sounding orchestra thing. Sort of the same message. It's a good message. They are. They are. The message works better. It stands out better because the instrumental is very simple. It's a simple track and it has more power in it. It doesn't have that studio anthemic vibe, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess the chorus is kind of like a bright ray of sunshine in the dark clouds of this doom sounding instrumental. It's a very good structure. I'd say again that it's a bit long of a track. I guess it's gonna come back to the whole message to make a full circle with the intro love track, because so far it sounds a bit like the love track. I like what she's saying. I like the message here again. It's a very uplifting track. Wow, okay. So happy for Lana Del Rey. It sounds honest and it sounds very sincere, and I appreciate that. Out of the black and into the blue. God bless. If that was her on the back vocals, that's cool. It doesn't sound like her. It's a really long outro. What's gonna be on that outro? Very ambient-y and peaceful. This is probably the first time that I can take Lana Del Rey's album so seriously. That sounds the most her. I think. I can't say that she took a lot of risks on it. It sounds honestly like any of her other records, especially earlier material, but maybe produced more deliberately more detailed. And I can't say that I'm a huge fan of everything on it. Not really. There are a lot of tracks that I don't really remember, so it's hard to say. But again, this is the first listen. Some of those longer tracks were amazing, like Heroin, really enjoyed that track a lot. Stevie Nicks and Sean Lennon features were incredible, really enjoyed those. To me, this is her realest record. This is her realest self, and I enjoyed that a lot. Lana Del Rey just destroyed my camera battery. But anyway, I wanted to say that on the next release, I would love to see her collaborate more with other people. All the features, even the Weeknd one, you know, they are interesting. It's interesting choices. Her and her team, you know, they have a great taste. Judging from this record, Lust for Life. And as always, I would love to see her taking risks, experiment more. It's amazing that she decided to come back to her roots and to explore it more, to communicate with her fans, to bring those messages. It's great. It's amazing. 80% of this record still sounds like a classic Lana Del Rey album. I would love to be surprised by a Lana Del Rey album, and this album doesn't surprise you that much. It's not bad, but it's also not something that I could get especially amazed by, you know. Anyway, that was my take, my first full listen of a brand new Lana Del Rey album. I will definitely listen to it more. My impressions about it will definitely change, as always. It's life, man. Lust for Life. What are your thoughts about this release? Are you a Lana Del Rey fan? If you are, what do you think about it? Is it that different from any other previous Lana Del Rey albums for you? Let us know what you think about Lust for Life in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like this video, to share this video, to subscribe to our channel to see more. We do have other react videos, we do have a lot of album reviews videos, new ones coming up. And yeah, we as Me Only at a Stage hope that you're having a great day and that you're feeling okay and that you have a lot of lust for life. Lots of kisses, bye bye, peace out.